Yeah, it refers to her sorry ass while she up there talking to Jake, and you know what I'm saying, talking this bullshit, talking about a ringleader and invite all his clowns. What clowns? And invite them to what? He invite them whether they came there on their own. They wanted to come there. You know what I'm saying? So you calling a whole bunch of people about, I guess, I don't know how many people was out there, but it was probably a good couple thousands well of people. So all those people are clowns, but not Kathy Hassel. You see, she's a fucking clown. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling you. You know what I'm saying? And y'all need to wake up because, like I said, these local elections and governors and mayors, we have to start paying attention to. You cannot just slip and slide and come with all kinds of statements. What is her beef against Donald Trump is the question that we must ask. Why she hate Donald Trump so much? And why do they hate Donald Trump so much? You know what I'm saying? The clowns to a place like the Bronx. You know, Hoxha told CNN lying ass news with Jake Trapper. You know what I'm saying? I don't fancy Jake Trapper ass either. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She continued, New York will never, ever support Donald Trump. Why not? Why not? You want them to support you as a candidate. So what's your racist bias, you know what I'm saying, fascist, you know what I'm saying, statement that you're making against Donald J. Trump? You crooked ass. That's fascism. You know what I'm saying? Is what she's doing, what she's spewing. You know what I'm saying? She's spewing Nazism, really, in more ways than one. When you really look at it, the type of mind frame where you can't say nothing, you know what I'm saying, like in some of these Arab countries, you say something against their religion or you say something against their God, the next thing they want to chop your head off. But that tells you right there that the religion is not real, it's a fake. You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling no name of none of y'all because I don't represent none of your gods. I want nothing to do with none of your gods, whether it's Christianity, Muslim, or anything. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But just because a person has a voice, their opinion based on the fact that they don't follow that or this and that, they will kill you. But they call it a religion and then write books that justify the murder and the genocide of billions of people. And then want you to phantom that shit down your fucking throat. And if you don't, you know what's going to happen to you. The AOC up there talking bullshit, but I would like to see her go in the country and do that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? But she continued, you know what I'm saying, talking about New York will never support Donald Trump. We still asking the question why, but you want them to support you for president. So you in your mind, you know you have New Yorkers fool the fuck off is what you're saying. But we know him better than anyone. And that means we understand what he's all about. What is he talking about? With this wordplay bullshit, talking about what he's all about. So tell us what we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Tell us something that we don't know, like like your ass being a deep state of probably up in them big rich houses up somewhere sucking blood and looking like a jackass. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all you are. You know what I'm saying? Talking about we know him. You know him. What you know about him that we don't know. Because we would like to know more about your stinking ass and the bullshit that you have done. Sitting in the back room, grinning and smiling as a clown, setting up waiting for coming woman because you know the fall was coming and the plan was already to stick your jackass fucking crack ass up in there. Don't give us that bullshit, you lying mother scum. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? She talking about we know him better than we know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about. No, you don't. You understand about what you trying to block. That the fact that you want to keep the criminality of your group going, and that shit, that other bump head fucking Barrymore, lead head, wide head looking slack back head, knucklehead jackass that you call netting jackass Yahoo. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that. You know what I'm saying? We understand that. So he's just, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, you understand what he's all about, and he's just for himself. No, he's not. Your demon Democrats always been about yourself. You lying mother scunt again. Stop the fucking lying and stop trying to sway the minds of the people with this wordplay bullshit. People have to grow up, and you have to grow your kids up a lot more faster these days, because these people still running the same old Luciferian bullshit good game that they have always been running and getting away with it for the last 50 fucking years or better, and even before that, and going back past that. So if you're not waking up to the facts in 2022, 2023, and 2024 going into it and keep going, then you're not paying attention to anything, and what you get is what you're really asking for, such as what we saw with the pandemic. How many people can truly say what they took has really made it better for them, protect them against what we don't know, and all this other bullshit other than harm them, and now they're dropping like flies. I'm sorry to say it, and I hate to speak about it that way, but when you be a hard-headed, knucklehead motherfucker and you do not want to sit down and check out the research or the facts, then what do you expect to happen? You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, you know what I'm saying? So, she went on to say, this asshole went on to say, so the state will go solely behind Joe Biden. The state can go solely behind the creep pedophilia wannabe president fake ass idiot like you and him. If they continue to do so, we will see where the road starts and ends. You know what I'm saying? Because what we see with the pandemic and what we see with the faking even before the pandemic and the ramping up to a great virus coming and a Marocron, and you're not looking up these words and seeing what those words really mean, like a Marocron, you know what I'm saying, Alpha and Omega and all types of different religious shit that they like to keep. You better start paying attention. You know what I'm saying? But when we look here, you know what I'm saying, solidly behind Joe Biden for president as it has in the past. No, no, no. That's why you mad, and that's why you want to diss the people in the Bronx and call them names like a little child. You know what I'm saying? You notice how much they hate this man? You know what I'm saying? Notice it. Anybody that's going to bring a change and bring prosperity and tranquility and good economics to the people, they hate, because they can't control the money for themselves, or starve or murder or kill people because it's being checked. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna not like you. You know what I'm saying? And you got many Google and nut people as well that sit around you and think that they're more slicker than you and can outsmart you and try every dumbass bullshit that they can do, you know what I'm saying, in order to fuck around your group. So be very careful of even your neighbors or people inside your house as well. You know what I'm saying? Because many of them have their brains of their own, and many of them are succotash. That means that they will fuck you over no quicker than a shitty dollar. You know what I'm saying? But we see where she's saying that we're going to stick solely behind him as it has in the past. No. The past is the past, and the present will be the present. We only deal with the past in order to explain how the road traveled to the present, and then we see the future as we go forward, because it doesn't ever really go back. Even if you go back, you still have to come forward. This is not the scientific understanding. You cannot keep the past, and expect that it's going to just stay at the past. You know, you see. So she went on to say, so if he wants to spend his time doing these made up fake rallies and pretending they're supporters, pretending there's supporters here, be my guest, because While you're doing that, Donald J. Trump, Chubby Bear, and creepy nutcase Biden out there on the creep Joe Biden out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. That's a fucking wordplay, psychological reverse psychology, fucking demon democratical lie. Don't give me that bullshit. You ain't trying to do a fuck. See how they tell you sweet words of lies? See how they tell you truths of lies? That's what you really call it. It's truths of lies. That's the I was looking for that word the other night, and I couldn't really get it like I wanted to. But that's what you call it. That's what it is. It's truths of lies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're telling you one thing. It sounds truthful, but it's really break out in the end to be, and even before, in the prospect of them, it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? In response to Haxel comment, you know what I'm saying, the Donald Trump campaign told Fox News Digital, Kathy Hassel is just upset that the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, is pulling crowds in her state. That's a fact. That she could, you know why? Because the demon democratical people and their satanic demon craft and the different shit that they have been doing for over, I'd say 75, maybe 100 years or whatever, how long, and you know what I'm saying, because they've been fucking around a long time, and that goes back even to the Civil War, you know what I'm saying, and before that as well, you know what I'm saying, but when you look at the way they think that they have people mentality so locked up that you would not, and then they only give you certain elected officials to vote for, you know what I'm saying, they still believe that with the demon democratical camp that they control your mind. No, they don't. That's why you have a brain between your two shoulders in that lug nut we call a head to think, do research, and look and dig deep. You know what I'm saying? Stop being someone else's tallywag, scallywag clown. See, that's what the Black Caucus jackass dummies, I call them. I don't give a fuck how many they were and what they think of me. Fuck you. You're a fucking jackass, a balls licking, sellout ass bunch of niggas, just like some of these civil rights leaders that have been running around our motherfucking community and they ain't been doing shit except sprouting out mouth. And when they think they have a win, they have a win. But when they don't do the other shit except spew out their mouth and talk shit. You know what I'm saying? But what's the result? We're still in the same predicament that we was in when we started off. You know what I'm saying? They have not really solved any fucking thing. Because if that's the case, black people wouldn't be paying fucking taxes. If their ancestors came here by way of slavery and was enslaved by a race of people, why the fuck should they be paying taxes? Who the fuck do we owe? We shouldn't be paying no taxes to this country at all. That's a blatant disrespect. And when it comes to prosperity, education, and higher learning and this stuff, we should be given that all of a sudden. But they have continued down their anti-Semitic bullshit and then try to reverse it for somebody like what we see going on here over there in the Gaza Strip. And then when the Jews and the different people of this country start to get that vibe against them, you know what I'm saying, then you have to understand your people created it. You might not have been there when they did it, but you upholding and supporting it by even calling yourself that name. When you did not do any research into it all in which he's saying and what he's saying, only based on a book. And what you have been taught by your so-called elders. But we see a lot of them are beginning to change and beginning to see the light in many things. You have to come full circle, 360 degrees, in order to clear your name. Because the transatlantic slave trade was supported by who? Now, when we look at Many of the shit that went on, and removing the Africans from Egypt was done and funded by who? You know what I'm saying? Now they're over there probably knocking each other head off, but which they were doing before. I did a documentary. I put a documentary up there about that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you heard it from many different leaders and many different people. He's speaking about what's going on over there at this time. It's an invasion. It's an invasion. They're over there praying to the wall and doing all of this and that and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And over there reading and studying to a wall that is in Egypt. And they're Caucasian. That doesn't make sense. That's the same thing if you're black and you have a white Jesus in your church, or Crusaders shield on the front of your on the front of the podium where the preacher's talking. Your symbols speak for itself. You idiot. You know what I'm saying? Now grow up. I'm getting sick of these motherfuckers. And then she gonna sit up there talking about CNN lying ass news. You know what I'm saying? Talking about in response to Gary. You know what I'm saying? No, she's not saying about, I'm saying in response to Gary Hoxel. You know, said the Trump campaign, Digital Hoxel is just upset because the president is pulling more crowd. Yes, yeah, and he should be pulling more crowd because it was better under Trump any fucking way. Once this motherfucker and Obama got into office, chaos started. And when it didn't start, but it grew at a high alarming rate. You know what I'm saying? Even when Obama called said deporting so many people back to their country, that was only a plot to make things seem like the Demon Democrats was all down so people could say later on, oh yeah, Obama was the one who was deporting them back. He was only doing that to clear their name because he knew what they was going to do now. You know what I'm saying? So don't give me that bullshit. Now, that's another scheming trick that he played. And it don't speak for much. It speaks for him being a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't got no love in killing a black man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why the Ku Klux Klan is killing black people, these people is killing black people, them people is killing black people, they're killing guns, and now you got niggas killing niggas. Seriously. People of the planet don't got no chance, do they? You're probably eating them too. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but when we look at it, she's up there talking this bullshit thing. He's pulling more crowds. You know what I'm saying? Her state that she could only dream of. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and that's a fact. Because she's sour. She a motherfucker washed up sour lime. I just think too. But anyway, at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I just think just like everybody else, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? She could only dream out pulling a crowd like that. And demon Democrats are in disarray because Americans, including Hispanics and black people, are waking up to the facts that creepy ass butt nut fucking love nut head just like Nettie jackass, wide head clown ass looking monkey ass, which he is because he got it in his blood. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna tell me that. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting up there talking these moons. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at it, we say because Americans, including Hispanics, blacks, are waking up to the fact that creepy butt nut fucking Biden, pedophilia ass, book like bitch, you know what I'm saying, and the demon democratical, you know what I'm saying, at an N and an F to the word Democrat, you come up with demon craft. That's not, you know, I mean, that's very suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Party have been using them for votes and ripping them off for decades. That's the truest fucking statement. I'll read that shit again. In response to Hoxel's comments, the Trump campaign, you know what I'm saying, told Fox News, you know what I'm saying, because I'm glad it won't on CNN crooked ass news. You know, Fox News, thanks for coming in on. Everybody stay right where you at. Keep listening. So let's start again. In response to Kathy Hoxel's shitty comments, you know what I'm saying, the Trump campaign told Fox News, that Kathy Hochul is just upset that the president Donald J. Trump is pulling crowds in her state that she could only dream of. That's a fact. And the demon Democrats are in disarray, because Americans, including Hispanic, blacks, are waking up to the fact that creepy butt nut fucking head pedophilia broke that bitch Biden and the demon Democratic Party have been using them for votes and ripping them off for decades. Gotta give a standing ovation on that. Gotta give a standing ovation on that. Gotta stand up on that one. Gotta stand up. Oh yes, gotta stand up on that one. Oh yes. It's good to hear that coming from the Hispanic and the black community. And we must push as hard as we can in both communities and unify to the fact of bringing tranquility. Too long. You know what I'm saying? We are growing old, and many of y'all are growing old as well. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for even those that cross over the border. You know what I'm saying? You're going to grow old. You know what I'm saying? You need to start to pay attention to your grandkids. You know what I'm saying? While you're busy worrying about everyone else, don't forget that your child is going to have to live in a world that can turn out to be, one of the most fucked up situations that you can find, especially even in nuclear war. You know what I'm saying? But we see the Governor Hochul, slam for calling Trump New York supporter clown compared to Hillary Clinton in famous basket of deplorable moments. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hillary Clinton, stupid ass. She's another set of fucking idiot. She's an idiot. She's a murdering, bloodthirsty, blood-sucking, blood-drinking idiot. Probably eat human flesh as well. The uncivilization that came out of them caves is really a duster, isn't it? But Trump, who has been in the state recently, he has been in the state recently for his hush money trial, has said he thinks he has a good chance of winning the state in November, despite the fact that it hasn't voted Republican for president since 1984. No wonder the shit that went on with cocaine and all these drugs and all kinds of crazy shit that took place during the crack era, the cocaine era, and the crack era, and all these different biological attacks on Americans took place. Because many Americans were completely fooled off. Now, when I say that, a lot of people will say, well, there was only two parties, and the Democrats were doing this and the Democrats were doing that, the demons were doing this, the demons were, the demons were working. And even the infiltration and crossing party lines and bipartisan and all this different shit that they played back and forth and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at this situation and it says that, they haven't voted Republican for presidency since 1984, which means that you have not been putting forward a candidate, not just in a Republican, but you have not been starting even in another political party. If you didn't agree with the demons, and you didn't agree with the demons switching sides into the Republican Party, and they switching back and forth, and they're playing this head game along with the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, you was to start your own political strong party and bring that party forward that opens a door for your children and your children's children to become, elected officials in New York. Rather than relying on these two parties only for all these years. So we know the infiltration that took place in the Republican Party many years ago. And we know the infiltration that took place in the party and the bipartisan bullshit that they have been doing for years as well. Don't think that either side didn't have their racist history and background. You need to look into it very seriously. You know what I'm saying? Rather than sit here and just talk shit. You know what I'm saying? A recent, I guess, Sinai College poll shows that Joe Biden with just a 9-point lead over. He should not have a 9-point lead. That means people are still fucking busy. And them same motherfuckers is the one got us in the situation that we're in right now. And the Gazan people right now. That's why Joe Biden was put into office. What you see going on in the Gazan Strip, right, was the real reason why he was cheated into the presidency. Same as we've seen with Russia and Zelensky. That's why he was cheated into the seat to do what he's doing now. So the Gazan people, notice Netanyahu didn't pull the stunt, the trickery stunt, until Joe Biden was seasoned in there and know full well that he's seasoned in the president, so now we can attack and kill off the people off the Gaza Strip. Don't let them fool you. That's exactly what happened. You see? Notice he was not, Netanyahu didn't, I mean, they had wars before and shit was going on a regular, but the actual genocide, you know what I'm saying, is not taking place until Biden was nice and seasoned and and he knows full well that he's going to turn a blind ear because he's an asshole, idiot, blood-sucking worshiper, a devil worshiper in all ways. Not just talking about some satanic group. I mean, for real, these clowns are that dangerous. And for you to have a 47 to 38 vote, that's bullshit. Because you've got to learn to use the chessboard. You too bent on who likes who and who likes who. And a lot of these old motherfuckers, and probably even cheating the numbers as well already. So that tells you right there. You better look up Article 2.13 and open up your brains. So you know what I'm saying? So we don't want to hear none of that bullshit because we know that y'all are stuck on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be stuck up in bullshit if you continue down the road. See, demon Democrats have had it too sweet. The supporters or whoever they are have had it too sweet because you're thinking that the little lemon drops that you were getting was anything at all. But my question still remains is, why are you still struggling, man?